Today, we're diving into a technology so powerful it could literally redefine our world. On one hand, it promises to solve some of humanity's biggest problems, but on the other, it's shaping up to be one of the biggest national security challenges of this century. And for a rising power like India, well, the stakes could not be higher.
I want you to think about something. All your digital stuff, your bank details, your private messages, your company's most valuable data, heck, even a country's most sensitive military secrets. They're all supposed to be safe, right? Protected by these digital locks we call encryption. But what if? What if someone was building a master key, a key that could open every single one of them? And look, this isn't science fiction anymore. That technology is called quantum computing, and believe me, it's developing a lot faster than you might think. It's a total shift in how we process information. And when it fully arrives, it's not just going to change our gadgets, it's going to change the entire balance of global power. So what even is a quantum computer? And how is it so different from the phone in your hand or the laptop on your desk? Well, the answer is in the very building blocks of how they think. Okay, so the computer you're using right now, it thinks in bits. And a bit is super simple. It's basically a light switch. It can be on, which we call a 1, or it can be off, which we call a 0. That's it, a simple choice. But a quantum computer, it uses something called a qubit. Now, a qubit is way more like a dimmer switch. It can be fully on, it can be fully off, but it can also be every single shade in between, all at the same time, right? This crazy ability to be in many states at once. That's a core quantum idea called superposition. So think about it this way. A regular computer has to walk down one single path to solve a problem. But a quantum computer gets to explore millions of paths simultaneously. And that is where its incredible, almost unbelievable power comes from. Here's another way to picture it. Imagine this sphere. A classical bit is stuck. It has to be either at the very top, the North Pole, or the very bottom, the South Pole. But a qubit, because of superposition, can be at any point on the entire surface of that sphere. That means it can hold so much more information, and it opens up totally new ways of solving problems we couldn't even touch before. And just to give you some perspective, classical computers like ENIAC were built way back in the 1940s. Quantum computers, they're brand new. The first real ones only started showing up in the 90s. This tech is so new and so important that the UN has actually declared 2025 as the International Year of Quantum Science. It's a huge deal. Now, this new way of computing, it isn't just a tiny step forward. It is a massive, monumental leap. So big, in fact, that it's got its own special milestone, a concept they call quantum supremacy. Yeah, the name sounds pretty dramatic, I know, but the definition is actually really simple. It's just the moment when a quantum computer does something that is practically impossible for even the world's best supercomputer to do. Not impossible in theory, but impossible in, any reasonable amount of time. And guess what? That moment has already happened. So back in 2019, Google announced they'd done it. They hit the milestone. They came up with this really specific, super complex problem, and they calculated that it would take the most powerful supercomputer on Earth about 10,000 years to solve it. And how long did their quantum computer take to do the exact same thing? Just 200 seconds. Let that sink in. A task that would take 10,000 years of work done in just over 3 minutes. This isn't just faster. This is a different kind of power altogether. And it's this power that has the entire world scrambling. Any tool with this much power is always going to be a double-edged sword. It holds the key to solving some of our greatest challenges, yeah, but it also holds the power to create some pretty terrifying new ones. First, the promise. And it is huge. In healthcare, quantum computers could simulate molecules to design new drugs, new personalized medicines. In finance, they could build way better models to predict markets and spot fraud. They could optimize massive global supply chains, design revolutionary materials we can't even imagine yet, and even help us fight climate change by creating super efficient solar cells. The possibilities are amazing. But with all that promise comes the peril. Our entire digital world, everything, is protected by encryption like RSA and AES. And those are based on math problems so hard that today's computers would take literally millions of years to crack them. But for a powerful quantum computer, those problems are easy. The key takeaway here is this. This technology could make every digital lock we have completely useless overnight. And that massive vulnerability brings us right to the most urgent problem of all, the threat to national security. I mean, when the basic security of the entire internet is broken, everything is at risk. We're talking military secrets, the power grid, banking systems, top secret government communications. A hostile nation with a powerful quantum computer could, theoretically, unlock it all.
And it doesn't just create new threats, it could supercharge existing ones. Look at this diagram. It shows a crypto hawala network, an illegal money system that's already incredibly hard to track. Now, imagine giving those networks quantum-proof encryption. They could become almost completely untraceable, funding terrorism and organized crime on a scale we've just never seen before.
On top of that, it would totally revolutionize intelligence gathering, what they call SIGINT. A nation with a quantum computer could listen in on and decode the secure communications of other countries, almost in real time. This would create a huge imbalance of power and usher in a brand new age of digital spying. So, because of this mix of incredible promise and incredible danger, a new global competition has kicked off. The race for quantum dominance isn't just about science anymore. It's about securing a nation's entire future. So what's the first line of defense? Well, it's pretty simple. You got to build better locks. And that's the whole point of something called post-quantum cryptography, or PQC. It's a worldwide scramble to invent a new generation of encryption that's safe from both old-school computers and these new quantum ones. It's a race to upgrade our digital world before it's too late. And India is right in the thick of it, developing its own quantum defenses. ISRO, for instance, has already successfully tested something called quantum key distribution, or QKD. Instead of using math problems, QKD uses the actual laws of physics to keep a connection safe. If anyone tries to eavesdrop, the connection just breaks and tells you someone's listening. It's a brilliant move, using quantum to fight quantum. And India isn't just playing defense, it's competing to win. We're talking about one of the world's key players here, right alongside the US and China. India has launched its own national quantum mission, pouring billions into it. The goal is to build our own quantum computers, our own secure networks, and all the tech that's going to drive the next wave of innovation. For India, mastering this isn't just an option, it's absolutely essential for its future. So, we're really at a crossroads, aren't we? This mind-blowing technology offers us a future where we could cure diseases, tackle climate change, and explore new frontiers of science. But it also threatens a world with no digital privacy, where all our secrets are just out in the open. So the question we're left with is a big one. In this new quantum era, will technology be our greatest shield or our most powerful weapon? The answer is going to be written by whoever wins this race.